enterprises as well as Sublime Business Consulting. I am living in my purpose. Not only is this my brand, it is my ministry. Today, I have an incredible guest. As you know, I spotlight Black entrepreneurs. That's what I do. And today, I am spotlighting Miss Karen Six. Miss Karen is an amazing young lady. She's a consultant. You know what? I'm not even going to tell you about her. I'm going to let her tell you about her. Good afternoon.
Hello, Dr. Pat, and thank you for having me. If I didn't say so earlier, thank you again. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, this is a great opportunity to be a guest on Dr. Pat's show, and we really have just been clicking everything that we're talking about, thinking about. We're being on the same page, and she too is an awesome woman. I am a native of Atlanta, born and raised here, and I'm a assiduous advocate in my community. I try to connect with schools, businesses, just a lot of different resources and entities in the Southeast region. And right now, I'm currently involved in agriculture. And so entrepreneurship, like you said, we're getting into something called agripreneurship. Yes, and that's pretty much involves agriculture and entrepreneurship, getting into investing, also getting into buying land, finding out the multi-uses for that land, and carrying those things out. So currently that is what I'm doing, but I've been working with nonprofits for over 18 years, helping them start from scratch. I like to just let people know that, you know, sometimes you have this great big vision and you're wondering, how am I going to make this happen? And so I do a number of things in regards to paperwork, research, and also doing interviews and things of that nature to help with any nonprofits and their startups.
Awesome. So tell me, how did you get started doing this? What brought you, I guess I want to say, not just farming, but the particular type of farming, the cannabis? What caused you to start doing that?
Well, Georgia is last but not least in legalizing cannabis here in Georgia. And so they are not quite legalizing marijuana, but cannabis hemp. And so that actually happened in March of this year. So maybe the farmers reached out when they heard about it a year ago to see exactly what could they do to get into the hemp industry. And of course, since my business's background, they just seek to have some type of business consulting for their agriculture to get into the hemp industry.
Okay. Can you explain to the viewers what exactly is hemp and where does the hemp come from?
Well, hemp is as old as Jesus. And I say that because I am so positive now that the actual pyramids were built from hemp. So that is how far back it dates, and why people consider hemp a Black cultural thing. Is because it is something that was interwoven into our lives. So when we think of cannabis, we have no idea about cannabinoids that are flowing in our bodies. And cannabis connects with those cannabinoids and help us to heal faster, to digest better, just a number of things that hemp can do for the body. So yes, it is definitely a plus. And hemp is like a cousin to marijuana. It's also a cousin to hops, which is used in beer. So, you know, people are familiar with the flower and the plants on that level, but there are so many different things you can do with hemp. Besides the flower and the oil, stalk, which is probably the most profitable, is the fiber. And you can make uniforms, tablecloths, fine linen. They also make battery plates using hemp. because it is a conductor, and hemp does not hold water, and so it is just great for that. Hemp is just used for a lot of things, and as we, as a people, even in the world, are just coming back into hemp, we're figuring out more new uses for it every day.
So would it be accurate in saying that with all the healing properties that hemp, cannabis have, you really don't need the THC component? That's just what people use to do other things. If you're using it for what God intended it for it to be, it's a healer of your body.
Yes, and you can smoke that. Believe it, a lot of people do smoke hemp, and then, unlike nicotine that can bring you that soothing, feeling, but it has all those carcinogenics in it and things of that carcinogens. Don't give me the line. Carcinogens inside of cigarettes that kill us every day. And hemp is absent of that. And so people want to smoke something. I think cigarettes probably came from originally hemp smokers. So yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is incredible. So tell us about, okay, I know we were talking about the different organizations that can assist you in helping you if this is something that you desire to do. So for all of those out there that want to become farmers, you want to get into the cannabis industry, Ms. Simmons is actually going to explain to you about some organizations and some resources that you can actually get into and contact.
Yes, and so with my business in mind, I automatically went to the laws and things that are around hemp, around for the farmers. And the 2018 Farm Bill is beautiful if you're a farmer. You don't have to be a black farmer, small farmer, big farmer. There's lots of money there. You don't have to be a nonprofit to access those monies. And so, believe it or not, Georgia Farm Bureau, the Georgia Department of Ag are great resources. The farmers are marginalized because of their access to the internet and broadband services, but a lot of those things are right online. NRCS, which is the National Reserve Conservation Services, they also assist in a number of things to make sure that your farm runs appropriately, that your land is being taken care of. So they do soil samples, and they will also build a well for you. So yeah, there again, those are resources out there for farmers in general. Because Georgia is first at doing this, we have been kind of accessing hemp experts from different states, and the research is still being done on that. But we do have one of the first black hemp farmers in Georgia, Green Toad Hemp. They're on Instagram and a lot of different social media platforms if you want to look them up. Also, AgriUnity Cooperative, that is a farmers cooperative that is developing right now, again, to assist the farmers in hemp, livestock, vineyards, and produce. So if you're getting involved in any of those things, you can reach out to agriunity.org, and you can leave your contact information there. And they will definitely get you the assistance you need in any startup, or if you're an old farmer wanting to do new things.
That is interesting. Guys, I just had the pleasure of two people just walking in the studio, Dr. Henderson and Mr. Henderson. She don't even know that I'm actually going to add her to my show in a little bit. But she actually runs, and she's the operating director for the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science. She have a lot to say. The three of us will be working together doing a lot of stuff, and I really wanted her to meet Karen, and I wanted them to, because they could both bringing knowledge in so many different areas. So Ms. Henderson, Dr. Henderson, if you're actually ready, come on and join us.
Yes, Doc, come on.
We need you.
Yes, and it's
guys,
people like this. We're so excited.
This is going to be a very exciting show. We had a lot of information to add. This is Dr. Henderson. Dr. Henderson, this is Miss Karen Simmons.
Simmons.
So,
It's a pleasure.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing? I'm good. I'm good. Tell us about yourself and your company.
Okay. Well, we're the Atlanta, Georgia Academy of Cannabis Science, which you said already. We have been here in Georgia for the past 2 years.
Yay.
And so we're excited to be working with all aspects of the cannabis industry. So from medical cannabis to the low dose THC to the medical hemp or hemp, industrial hemp. So all forms of the cannabis plants,
Yeah.
sativa, and all of the knowledge. I give a direct laboratory experience at the classes. So we're able to test the cannabinoids in the hemp and medical flower for low dose THC, so that it doesn't go above the levels, the illegal levels. And we also just teach business. My husband teaches the business and financing. I mean, it's so exciting. I'm so excited about the industry because there's money to be made.
I mean, I'm like,
Yes.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Mhm.
What happens if you have too much THC in your cannabis, in your hemp, in your whatever it is?
I'm gonna have a smoke party
Okay.
because that's all you can do with that. You can do it is just burn it up. If it's too high in Georgia, you could literally lose that whole crop.
So you can't have there's no hemp with it.
Well, and the reality is because we're in Georgia and marijuana is not legalized, they are really strict about that low THC levels. But again, if we could have people who could help us with the laboratory part, because you have to have testing at least 2 weeks prior to harvest, and the state wants those records, and if you are too high, they give you 2 weeks to make it low. I don't know how that happens, and maybe she can help me on that part. But they give you 2 weeks, and you got to burn it if it's too high. So we don't want to lose crop either. So that's why people like Dr. Henderson is very important in what we're doing here in Georgia, because we don't want to lose our crops. Yeah.
Money. And
Yeah.
we teach
Information is key.
We are teaching students who want to become third-party lab testers because there are slim to none here in Georgia, right?
Yes, some lady named Sarah,
Okay.
and this is no knock to you, Sarah, wherever you are.
Uh-oh.
But she's just not even sure of her own self. So you know how that kind of makes everybody else like, well, we're not sure either, And so again, because it's new in Georgia, and farmers just put something in the ground maybe April to June of this year, so it's harvest time. So I'll be harvesting, and I'm going to post that to Dr. Pat's site too this weekend, so you can actually see some pictures, and if you're available, of course you all can come. But yes, I'm actually knee deep in hemp, and we'll be harvesting this weekend. And so yes, 5 acres. Thursday, and it's going to take about 12 people for one day to harvest. So I just, those are some other things about harvesting too. Yes, ma'am.
Can our students come to your farm and help you? If you need any help, do you need any trimming done? We teach trimming. So we take our students on field trips to do some of the work for the industry that gives them a hands-on experience. We usually go to South Carolina, where it was legal before Georgia, and to have a partnership here in the state will be great.
Well, Dr. Henderson, let me just tell you right now. So Dr. Pat was like, yeah, Dr. Henderson this. I was on the phone with Dr. Henderson. I'm like, okay. So I said, Dr. Pat, is this lady real? Oh, God. And she was like, what you mean? I'm Dr. Pat. Everybody, I said, don't you make me. I said, Lord, I didn't mean it like that. But it's very important because it's so new that you don't want to promote the wrong thing.
Right.
But I am here to help all farmers and any Black-owned businesses who wants to get into hemp. This is the way to do it. Contact Dr. Pat if you have any questions or even thinking about it, and she could connect you to one of us to, assist you with this so important thing. Once we get into hemp, then this could be a Black thing for real. And I just mean wealth building. generational wealth building. So keep that in mind. Buying land, investing, a great industry, hemp, $31 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, $31 billion a year industry.
How many Black people are actually doing this? What is the population of Blacks?
Well, we were already doing it before it was legal.
Well, the legal way.
And so a lot of them have just turned from illegal to legal, which would be smart, And so the problem is, again, compliance.
Okay.
So I'm helping the farmers, and what am I finding out? They're being marginalized because they don't have access to broadband and computers, and also compliance. So you need to have your documents in order. This is how they leave us out. We don't want to give them the GPS coordinates on our land. Little things like that. And so it's just about being compliant. Make sure all your paperwork is in order. Call me. I'm giving this out today, 678-760-7447, because it's important that you be compliant. And that's how they catch a lot of us up. We don't want to read, and we don't want to do a contract. And so, but the government is set up that way. We live here in America. We have to do things the American way. We cannot change things until we actually get in the game. And so that's very important. You can observe and say, oh, they messed it up. Oh, they didn't do us right. Oh, this is happening. But until you try to get in and say, you know what, I'm going to take these visits to the Capitol, sit at the ad committees, see what they're talking about.
Absolutely.
And they're very uninformed people. They only have a very few agriculturally knowledgeable people. And so, again, it's another way for us to get in. Another way, because we can inform the government. There's money in that too. So if you're not even one of those people who want to get in the dirt, you're not trying to walk the fields, there is still plenty of ways to get in this. I don't know if you heard Dr. Henderson when she said, anybody want to be a third-party lab tester?
Especially when you don't have a lot of people doing that.
Yeah, you have the science background and you just like science. Come on in, because again, it's called the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis. Yeah. So get in and learn what you need, because the sources are here now for you to say, you know what, I don't have to do this alone. I don't have to be in the dark. We are informed.
Oh my goodness. We also have another guest, Mr. Henderson, and I need to make some space for him, but I want him to come over and talk to you about if you need your credit fixed, if you need the financial backing to be able to get your land or to purchase quarter acres of land. You don't need a whole lot of land. We're going to have him come up, talk to us, tell us about that aspect, because you know what, at the end of the day, we're building Black businesses. It's all about Black businesses. These young ladies and this gentleman, they're living in their purpose. Their purpose is to educate you and teach you to take you so far more advanced. You have a lot of businesses, and everyone, they're doing the eyelashes, they're doing the hair, but guys, this is something that can leave a legacy for your family. So Mr. Henderson, come on. Come on. I'll pull you in on
I'm going to trade spaces with you.
Don't come over, Miss Simmons. You come on over here.
Okay.
But we definitely, you stay. Okay. Mr.
I'm going to let him stay here.
But definitely, we have so much information. So this is Mr. Henderson. Go ahead.
Well, sure. What I share or bring to the table is financial knowledge.
Okay.
With the cannabis industry and everything and the help, it is a very marketable type of business, and like you said, it does secure wealth at an enormous pace.
Yes.
When you think of the so many things that you can can do with the hemp. She mentioned you can make shirts. Well, you can take hemp and mix it with concrete. You can take hemp and mix it with a polyurethane paint. It is flame retardant. Yeah, it is flame retardant. So just on those things alone, and then not everybody wants to get involved with cultivation. Like you said, not everybody want to be dirty. Okay, everybody don't want to get dirty, but check this out. If you're on a box truck, there's going to be a need for transportation. From the
Absolutely.
grower to the processor. The processor, well, if there's not a lot of people who process hemp, you just became very, very knowledgeable.
It's very valuable.
Okay.
It's a truck with a box truck.
Right.
Wow.
Right. And so if you have once you grow your crop, you're gonna need somebody to process that into a product. You know?
And move it. So that's where the box truck comes in.
And that right. And then too, there's a such thing as biomass. You're gonna need somebody to haul that away and destroy the remains of what you extract. So
Really?
there's a lot of routes that you could take to build this wealth, and I think the cannabis business as a whole is actually one of the largest transfer of wealth I've seen since .com.
Wow.
It's one of the largest, and it's going to be that because you can use it on the medical side, on the textile side.
Yeah. Everything.
Wow. That is incredible.
Betty Ross sold the flag, and it was out of hemp. So if you didn't know,
Wow.
the American
Grandma's
flag,
Bible was made out of hemp.
papers.
That's why that paper is different
That-
in those old
Grandma's
Bibles.
Bible don't
Still
change.
Right.
The ink
It's gonna
don't
be
fade.
what it's gonna be.
So yes.
Some people use it as rolling papers.
Yeah.
You can have
Yeah.
help rolling
Wow.
papers. The underlay of your carpet.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of
Uses.
uses to it. But for what you were mentioning earlier about how to get yourself in line to that comes the financial part.
Yes.
It's going to be hard to walk into Bank of America and say, I need a cannabis loan.
Right.
And they're not gonna give it
It's
to
going to
you.
be hard to walk into any one of those
Maybe next year.
major four banks even. And that's because we have to advocate and stay on our politicians with the passage of the MORE Act, say banking act. We need those things in order to thrive as a legitimate business that it can be. As far as the taxes goes, that would alleviate the tax that's being placed on cannabis if we pass those two laws. So I know it's voting season, and I know that a lot of your viewers hear that word, vote, 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 vote,
Yes.
vote. You better do some research on your politicians. before you
Oh,
vote,
yes.
vote,
I
vote,
say
vote,
that
vote.
all the
You
time.
have to know if your politicians stand with you or against you.
Absolutely.
And maybe even just on this one particular
just
thing.
this.
Yes.
Even
You
if
that'll
it's
give
just
you
What are
the
their
power.
thoughts on it?
Yeah.
right? Colorado, when they went legal, they were able, the next harvest season, they were able to afford tablets and notebooks for their children in schools, in every school. They took homelessness down.
The revenue.
Because the tax base was there. Now, I know that everybody needs money, especially in this post-coronavirus situation. Every city, every municipality, every state need money. Legalize cannabis. You'll get that money.
Yeah, get that money. They're waiting. They're slowly doing it. They're doing a slow rollout because, and this is just to add, hanging out at the legislature, they're giving out 7 vouchers for farmers to do medical marijuana here. So that is like the next step. And yes, though, these people could probably help you get in a place where you don't miss out. You know, a lot of people, movies, I'm going to say in movies. You know, I never realized that opportunity to after it was gone. You know, and that's what this is. So don't miss out. I'm coming out my shell. That means like I do a lot of behind the scenes work because all I want to do is help Black people.
Yes.
To get a little further. I'm not
Absolutely.
even trying to help you succeed. I'm just trying to get you a little further than where you are right now.
That's awesome.
And this opportunity can help all Black people. I mean, you don't have to be educated at all. You don't even have to like farming. I mean, it's just a great opportunity. Research, read. You know, you got your phones in your hand all the time. I'm not a big social media person. Articles. So on my Yahoo news feed, everything about indoor farming. Everything comes in my phone about indoor farming. Of course, also regular farming stuff. Anything that has to do with the bill. My Twitter, who do I follow? I follow the NRCS. I follow the Georgia Farm Bureau.
Yes.
Okay, these are people that I follow because they have information that's going to help me succeed. And so just keep that in mind, you know, as we go forth, your conversation is going to change because you're going to have something to talk about.
Yes.
And this is where we're going, you know, and I'm excited. So, you know, please get excited because this is the way. Tap your auntie and say, this is the way.
This is the way. With that being said, Dr. Henderson is actually having a course to where you can actually become certified in cannabis science. So give us the information about that.
Okay.
Yes.
So glad you asked, and thank you for allowing us the opportunity to be on your show.
Yes,
Just wanted to
ma'am.
say that our classes will be starting October the 24th. We will have a comprehensive cannabis course, which will cover all things. Like I said before, you get certifications in the comprehensive cannabis field, where you can take to your farms or take anywhere in the world to use. You will be knowledgeable in dispensary technicians, bud tenders, aka pharmacologists.
Right.
Pharmacologists, yes. And you'll be able to take your knowledge anywhere and study, and you can work in the field as a lab tester. You can work in consultations, and you also will be able to cultivate. So we teach hands-on. We will have an indoor grow system set up. It won't have the hemp, of course, but it will have a setup to where if you would like to purchase some product, we have Great Leaf Hydro, who will be working with us to offer the indoor grow, equipment to be able to show how to do those hands-on. And I'll be actually giving the lab course, so you will be able to hands-on be able to lab test right there on the spot, and an opportunity to order the products itself to be able to be a lab tester for yourself.
Yay!
That is exciting. So how can they enroll in that class?
You can enroll by going to the www.Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science, or you can give us a call at 404-631-6360. Again, 404-631-6360.
And Mr. Henderson, we need your information because you're the man that's going to help it all come together.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I could be reached at the number that she just gave you there. I also can be reached at 888-959-2093.
Okay.
Extension 102 for anything that's related to credit or finance questions.
He is our finance director of the school.
The finance director for the school as well.
Teach business
I
and
teach
finance.
in Module 5, I teach about the tax, the tax laws and some tax regulations, tax strategies, personal asset protection, as well as how to get your personal finance, get your personal finances in order, how to find venture capitalists.
There you go.
Really?
Get the money.
I like. Guys, these three people, they're all you need. We have the consultant that actually gets her hands dirty.
Okay.
I will be harvesting hemp this weekend. So yes.
So wow. I mean, if you guys have any questions, you can always come to my page, Living in Your Purpose with Dr. Pat, and I can definitely send you to whomever you need to be speaking to. So now, guys, we're going to kind of just turn this a little bit. Because at the end of the day, it's all about purpose. There's good purpose, there's bad purpose. There's purpose in everything we do. Now, there's passionate about cannabis. They're passionate about hemp. I want to know, is this your purpose? Are you walking in it, or are you living in it? And we're going to start here, Ms. Karen.
Okay, so does this question scare me? No. Yes, so I am a child of God, and I just thank God for purpose. When someone says, are you living in your purpose? You really have to be connected to God to say yes.
Okay.
And I say that because a lot of times our purpose doesn't always feel comfortable. It may not always, the people that you're working with, you're like, God, is this real? And so because of God, you move past those things.
Mhm.
And you're able to walk in your purpose.
Yes.
And so what is my purpose? And I've asked the Father, and I try to be more like Jesus every day. That is my walk every day. I can never be Jesus, and please don't try my Jesus.
Come on now.
But, and I say that because I am a cornerstone. I am a cornerstone in my family. I try to start traditions there. Once a year, I invite the whole family over, whether they like each other or not.
Mhm.
And I've been doing that for 15 years. I am a cornerstone in my community. So I am always in the schools, in the school systems. I was handing out free food this past summer. The COVID-19 way, dropping them off in people's trunks and things of that nature. And I'm a cornerstone in my business.
Yeah.
And so the name of my company is Creative Minds, Coaching and Enrichment Services. And I use my natural mind, my learned mind, and my spiritual mind to create solutions with you. And so even with that, I work with Mothers Against Gang Violence to help them start that nonprofit. I'm a father first. I'm sure you see them around town. I've done a lot of paperwork and grant writing for them. Apex Museum for their 40th anniversary. We did some grant writing there. Just where I can help Black people. That's all your credentials, is that you have to be Black. And it's not that I'm being racist or anything like that, but God gave me, I used to say a burden, compassion for my people.
Yes.
And I really want to help. I'm not trying to hustle you. I'm not going to take on your drama.
Right.
Not that either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to meet you where you are and try to guide you to where you need to be.
I love it.
So, yeah.
Dr. Henderson,
Yes.
are you walking? Or are you living in your purpose?
Hey, I'm walking it out. Okay. We own several businesses. The school is just one aspect of it. I am a naturopathic doctor, so my doctorate is in herbal supplements, vitamins, nutrients. So if you want to, get an idea, Dr. CB type of, information.
Okay.
So my purpose was aligned when my husband came to me and told me, hey, cannabis can help you with your MS. And I was like, what? And this was years ago. I was diagnosed and I didn't know, I was in nursing school. I didn't know if I could finish school. They told me that I couldn't walk again, and I was like, no way, And so it was everything that connected. So I believe your purpose is the universe is God aligning you with the right people at the right time.
Yes.
For such a time as this.
Yes, ma'am.
So this, even now, here and now, is purpose.
Yes, it is.
So the cannabis industry got connected with my doctorates, and I got connected with my doctorates, and I studied plants, I studied herbal treatments, I studied herbal remedies and natural remedies, and I'm walking again. I'm doing 90% of everything that I was doing before I was diagnosed. My daughter was born with epilepsy, so she needed it as well. Well, she was injured. She wasn't born with it, but she had a birth injury, and she contracted the epilepsy as a baby, and we were able to help her with the CBD products.
Right. I know
And it has been a life changer. This whole journey, it has become a journey, and even sitting here today, I know it's purpose. And so I am identifying with everything around me as being something that I need to do. So we have a nonprofit called the Gift of Life Community Home. It is a health and wellness center at this point. It was supposed to be, my first ideal of it was a pregnancy home because I was a teen mom. But we kind of changed it up a little bit when we got the health coaching. So I am a certified holistic health coach. So I coach you to get your life in balance. So mind, body, soul, almost similar to So yeah, that's what we do. So you come and see me. I'm gonna do a health scan on you. I'm gonna find out what your body is needing. If your supplements deficient, if anything is deficient in your body, I'll get you back into place, along with doing the finances. If you're accredited, that's also part of health. And,
Yes, it
if
is.
you're
Well,
stressed out,
You won't be stressed
right, you
anymore.
won't be stressed
Yes.
anymore if you get that financing in order. A lot of people come in, 90% of them come in, they have financial difficulties. So I send them right over to Mr. Henderson. He can help with that. And by the time they're done with our program, we give you about 6 months, and we send you on your way, and you're totally rejuvenated in mind, body, soul.
Yes.
Awesome. Because
Yes.
sometimes it just takes that little reset to just
Yeah.
go forward. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to hold my hand the whole time. You know, but if you just give me that little reset, you know, oh, I didn't even know all that was messed up. Thank you.
Just walk you through it.
Yay! Well, that's awesome.
Mr. Henderson,
Yeah.
are you walking or are you living in your purpose, sir?
Am I walking or living?
Yes, sir.
I'm running.
I
I'm running in mine.
love it.
What I do is, I do a lot. I started NTH Credit Repair, which was a credit repair company, which in the state of Georgia, they don't like that very much.
No, they don't.
Because my purpose is to remove financial chains off of people. Not to give you money, and it ain't my purpose to give you my money,
Right.
but it's my purpose to show you how to get your own.
Sit.
That's my purpose.
Say it
to show you how to
again.
get yours.
Teach a man how to fish. That's what I heard.
Yes.
Yeah, he teach a man how to fish. That's what I heard.
I
Okay.
take you to the water, and I'm
Okay.
not gonna mash your head in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I'm a musician.
Okay.
I've been doing that since I was about 12.
Really?
I started doing music at my grandfather's church as an
Wow.
organist. So,
Okay.
Organist. That is real.
yes, ma'am.
That's a real musician.
Okay, the organ.
Yeah.
Minister of music. That's my
I'm a minister of music.
Okay.
Really, truly
It's a
is.
I
ministry.
do choir workshops, church workshops,
Oh, cool.
and I guess where my connection to the cannabis industry come from is not only the finance, because I think that that's a really good way
Mhm.
to remove those financial chains off of people, is to give them something that's abundant, right?
Yes.
God don't want his people to worry
No, he
or
does
to
not.
spread. You know, it says
Come on.
spread not because of evil doers.
That's right.
So I'm trying to put you in a position where you don't have to worry about that.
37. Yes, no.
Yes. Come on now. Don't
Yeah.
Minister
God
We've
wants
been
people-
make
God
sure he
wants
gets
people-
his answer, his calling to ministry. So
God wants the people to be, bountifully blessed.
Yes.
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 Jesus said he came that you might have life and have it more abundant.
John 10:10.
Well, if you got money,
Yes.
you can live a little piece of happiness.
Yes, you can.
As long as you're not making that 100% of your life.
Right.
So people say that money can't buy happiness.
Yes,
It
it
can run
can.
a smile.
Yes, it
A smile.
Yes.
I don't know how sad if I woke up and didn't have $1 million in my bank account. How sad would I be over there?
Right.
Very sad.
Not
So,
very sad.
At all.
and especially if you can help others with it.
and then
Yes.
you can help other people.
Be
I
a
like being
lender,
able
not
to
to
help
borrow.
Yeah,
other
come on
people
now.
to be
Help
the head
others.
and not to tail.
Yes.
I don't have to be the only one in charge for to help somebody else be in charge.
Okay.
You know,
Woo, I'm excited.
There's
Yay.
room for
it's wrong for everybody.
Wow.
The
We
cannabis
hit it on the
industry
nose.
last year,
Yeah.
the cannabis industry was projected to make $20 billion. That's a whole lot of money.
That's a lot of
It can
money.
change a whole lot of lives.
Yes, it can.
It can change a whole lot of lives,
Mhm.
So I just want to be
Wow.
around and be available to help people. Somebody had to help me.
Come on.
So
Come on.
I'm just paying it forward.
That's what I'm talking
We're
about.
different
I
people.
pray
now.
that I can be a blessing to someone every day.
Mm.
I live my life for that because that's important. Guys, this is so important. I hope you guys are getting this information. I know we've given out a lot of information tonight, but this is some information that you didn't even know about. I mean, so you don't always have to be the eyelash company. You don't always have to be the hair company, but there's room and knowledge that you can ascertain and inculcate, which will allow you to move to that next level in your life. And I love it. I tell everyone all the time, before we were formed in the womb, God knew our purpose.
He knew our purpose.
He knew it. So it's time that everyone wake up and know what your purpose is. Stop burying your talents and know what your purpose is. Purpose is simple. If that's all you think about when you wake up in the morning, when you go to bed, that's purpose.
That's purpose.
That's purpose. That was the reason you were created.
Yes.
So don't forget that. Don't forget that at all.
Yeah, many people, and I say this a lot, and God has saved my life maybe 3 times. Like I might have been dead.
Yes.
And so it just made me realize our time on this earth is short. Whether we live 100 years, I say this all the time because the time that you are here, I mean, I work with a lot of elderly people. Elderly people have lots of money.
Yes, they do.
And you would think that they want more money or how to flip their money. No, they're like, you know what? I want to leave something. Because the kids is going to go through the money.
Right.
Or, they don't even want to do the business that I'm doing. What can I leave? What impact? What kind of legacy? These are the questions that they're asking 70, 80 years old. So if you're 20, 30, 40, 50 years old, and you are not walking in your purpose, it's time. It's time to do that. It's time to get up and find out what that is. What is your meaning here? God didn't create you for no reason.
Okay.
You probably know what it was. You just, stuck in the belly. Mm-hmm. And we pray for those with, that spirit on them.
Okay. You don't want to end up like Jonah.
Yeah.
We don't want that. He didn't want to live in that purpose, so he ended up in the belly of
the whale.
Come on now.
So I want to go all the way there. Yeah, but the spirit of Jonah. Okay? Being disobedient. Because you want to do what you want to do.
Yes.
And you got to do what God. That's why we said it's uncomfortable. The Lord touched her with MS. That was the outside thing. Okay? The flesh is weak. But the spirit is strong.
Yes, it is.
Okay?
My God.
And that is a testament right there to don't even worry about what ails you. It's just time to move.
And that's why God told me to help others.
Yeah, time to move.
And I can't do nothing else. That was my purpose.
That was your purpose. It's there.
When you can't help it but to do it.
But to do it.
That's it.
Girl, I'm going to say this on air, but you look like Denise Williams.
Oh, wow.
Denise.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you.
You do.
Yeah, let's hear it for the boy.
Well, guys, okay, now we're going to shift a little bit more. We're in our last 15 minutes left, so I want to talk about current events. I want voting, getting out and vote. Yeah, this presidential election is a very important election, but our community elections are where it starts.
Yeah.
That's where the difference is actually made. So before you're voting for that mayor, that city council person, that commissioner, before that House representative, you need to know why they're in your community. Why do they move in your community? Are they there to make a change? Do they know about the community? In their particular wards, do they know who's the oldest person in their ward?
History. Yeah.
Do they know the history of Sister So-and-so that lost her son down the street and she's still mourning? Do they know about the community? If they don't know little things like that, they're not there to serve your purpose, but their own purpose and their own agendas.
Yeah.
So this is the time. Make sure they're having debates. Make sure they're having Q&As. You want to know. You want to be able to ask them questions all the time, because that's what impacts us. President, not so much, because it's so big and broad. But your communities and those laws and the things, those impact us every day as a person. So don't be bamboozled because, they may look like us. Still know who they are. Because the devil, he looks just like us. Come on now. The original devil was black anyway. So make sure you know who you're voting into office. Really. I mean, think about it. When Keturah put her hand into her bosom and pulled it out, it was white as snow. So to let you know, she had to be another color before it became white.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
Okay, come on now.
Yeah.
The Bible talks about blackness every day. Job
Yeah.
30:30. Job was black. Songs of Solomon 1:5. He's black. There's blackness all through the Bible. So no, the devil looks just like us every day.
Yeah.
So still know who they are. Be able to look at them and be able to discern who they are. These things are important because if you don't, we're going to be lost, constantly waiting. And then we have to wait another 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not do that. So get out and vote. Yes,
I just
ma'am.
have a comment because
Go
we're
ahead.
talking about purpose.
Come on now.
So, because I've been in the community for like 15 years, politics has never worked for us. And I'm not saying don't go vote, nothing like that. As a matter of fact, on Monday is early voting.
Yes.
Please go somewhere and vote. I mean,
Yes.
every day I'm going to pitch, please go somewhere. If you didn't vote today, vote today.
Yes.
If you didn't vote yesterday, vote today.
Absolutely.
And so back to the purpose thing. Purpose. It is a lot of white people there. It's only going to change if black people say, you know what, it's not crooked, because that's why we don't get involved with politics. We're like, that's crooked. But no, get involved in politics, okay? Our ancestors did it. The second they were freed, they instantly ran for office and was elected.
Exactly.
All right.
I think there's so many kings.
Instantly was elected. You saw, and you know, the second they thought that we was trying to take over something, they did something underhanded, and Republicans became a white party. And you know, still, regardless, more black people need to get involved. Find out what these people do. They're not representing us. That's what she said. They don't even know Auntie down the street.
Mm-mm.
You know, they don't know that lady who was the bootlegger, and if you didn't have a place to stay, you could sleep at her house.
Come on.
You know, she would feed you. They don't know about these people.
No.
But you
No.
did. If she fed you, you need to run for office.
Exactly.
You wonder what your purpose is? It was the bootlegger feeding you, so you know you need to do more for your community. You know, and just really start doing more. Politics, this is a way for black people to do more. You know, the freedom is there. We have every level of freedom. We are still climbing. Don't get me wrong. We might just now be off of the chains for our minds. It's still chains on our finances. It's still chains on our future. So, you know, that's why it's important we get into him. It's important we get into politics. Barack should not be the only black man running for president. Okay?
Absolutely.
He should not be the only one.
Absolutely.
The mayors are looking black, and the congressmen, they're still white. Okay? So, yeah, we moved up a little bit. Let's keep going. Let's keep pushing. As a people, as a race, don't stop now. Don't stop at the mayor. Don't stop at the representative. Okay? Because Michelle Obama on the First Lady's Wives show the other night said when her Barack got there, it was nothing but white. All white men. We got to change that. Black women are trying to get in there. Black men, we're waiting on you.
Come on.
We're waiting.
We need that.
We're waiting on you.
And just
I
like
have a mentor. I'm trying
Right.
to have a mentor, Mr. Henderson.
Step on up, Anderson. I appreciate you.
and just to piggyback on that, whether you're Republican or you're Democrat, there's another thing you need to think about: theocracy. People don't know about theocracy. They're like, theocracy, but theocracy is a government that is made up on God's laws. Now they're telling you New World Order. That's all New World Order is: theocracy. It's not based on nothing man does. It's all based on the Bible and what God has to say about it. And when we have a theocratic government, then we'll no longer be bound. And I tell people all the time, stop looking for justice in this country. Stop looking for equality in this country. We're not going to get it until we have some repentance. Genesis chapter 13 tells us that we're a stranger in a land that is not ours. And that was a punishment because Israel was whoring after other gods. So we're here as a punishment. So until you repent to the God of Israel, to God Almighty, you're not going to get what you're looking for. You're not going to get the justice. So that's just something you need to always know and think about all the time.
And we're moving around it because, again, that's those glass ceiling she's talking about. You know, you wonder what is the glass ceiling. That is what it is. And so, you know, in order to, we got to do things more godly.
Yes.
White people have been running this world, running the country. It looks a mess.
A mess.
Besides the crime and the ozone layer, and it looks a mess. White leadership has shown us nothing good. And what do? You keep the poor, you keep the black in a place that's not helping the world. How smart is that? So I just encourage people. It's the God in you. It's time to move forward. Our hair grows up. Everybody else in the world, hair grows straight down. I don't care if you're from China.
Come on.
We are the natural leaders of the world.
Yes, we are.
It's time for us to take our place. I encourage you. But Mr. Henderson, does he look like a king? He is.
That's the king. Yes.
He is. Okay, step all the way up. Oh, the black women, they doing this, they doing that. They strong, they powerful. Our black men are. Oh, look at them when they strong and powerful.
Right.
Okay, they got an H on their chest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. We can move forward. The time is now.
Yes, it
The
is.
black women, yes, we there. It does not reflect who our black men are unless you realize they are our counter and they are the stronger and we are the weaker.
Yes.
If you even understood that, then you would know. If this is what weakness look like, if this is what weakness look like, I can't wait to see what our kings,
Absolutely.
will do, for us, for our people, for our children. So yes. Theocracy. What is
Theocracy. Theocratic.
Theocratic government.
Look
That's
it
the way
up,
we need
guys.
to move.
Look it up.
One Republican,
Learn
one
about
Democrat. Theocratic. I like
Yes.
that. That's who we are.
Theocracy.
Children of the Most High. I like
Yes,
that.
we
Dr.
are.
Pat.
Yes, we are.
Way to go.
All right, Dr. Henderson, let's hear it.
All right.
You got something political? You got something?
I just want everybody to vote. I just want our ancestors worked so hard for us to vote and to be able to vote. They were beaten. If you don't know your history,
Come on.
Read, study, do your research. I'm a very hardcore researcher when it comes to education. That's my passion.
Okay.
Because the Bible also says that we perish for the
lack of knowledge.
That's right.
And if we don't go and get what's available to us, we were beaten to read.
Exactly.
We weren't able to do some of the stuff that we're allowed to do now. My grandmother picked cotton. Even working in the fields, a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to work in the farm and I don't want to do this. I want to do this. It looks too much like slavery. Guess what? Somebody got to do it.
Okay.
If we don't get out there and do it and teach our children how to do it, they don't know how to till a cow. They don't know how to till the land. They don't know how to do anything. So we're teaching that. We want you to be able to go out there. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty.
Yeah, they destroy this world.
Right?
Thank God for Dr. Henderson. She gonna help us.
If we're doing this for our own financial freedom and our own financial gain, it's worth something.
Yes.
It's not us being, in captivity. It's us being free to the mind, free to the land, free to the
Yes.
Freedom. Go ahead now.
Yes, that we totally
Powerful.
sit and do. And so we need to be able to align and connect, and don't be afraid to network with our other Black people. We have been in this world, and we are of this world, but we're not of this world.
We're
No,
not
we're
of
not.
this world.
We're in this world, but we're not of it.
No.
So we have to learn how to distinguish and, like she said, discern people and start working together. Change that mindset. If it's negative, get a positive mindset, because that's the only way you're going to love genuinely. And God told us to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. So if you love yourself, you love your sister sitting next to you. You
Let's
love
go vote. That's
You know,
another
and
reason to
then
vote.
Right. So
Absolutely.
voting, sticking together, uplifting your men. Don't send them to jail.
Please. Please. Please.
Send them back to their mamas.
And arguing in the street.
Arguing in the streets, yes.
Belittling them. They're our kings.
Putting
Come
your
on.
business
At
all
some
out
point,
there.
we have to make a change.
Yes.
Our grandparents didn't get out there in the streets and disrespect their men. And back in those days, men had other women, but the wife never knew because he took care of home.
You took care of home.
But nowadays, that's
Yeah.
what's important, and that's what holds the females down and the men down, because you're so worried about where his private parts are going, and that's not even where your mindset needs to be. Okay?
Well,
Yeah.
kind of,
I mean,
sort of, but,
and we gonna have a conversation about that. I'm gonna bring that back.
We'll bring that
So,
back.
guys, I
That's a
just
good
wanna
one.
say
We'll come
thank
back
you.
for that.
Yes, we're gonna come back for that.
We'll come back to
Thank
that.
you, thank you. This is actually my first show on Phoenix Entertainment Group, and I hope I did them justice. I'm excited about my journey with this entertainment group. I hope you enjoyed our show. Every day I'm going to have an exciting guest. I'm going to have someone that's looking to live in their purpose and some type of entrepreneur. So with that being said, thank you, bless you, have a great week. I am living in my purpose. I am Dr. Pat.